Let me be the first to welcome you to Autism Rocks and Rolls. Now, before we begin, I must note that I am not a doctor or a psychiatrist. If your son or daughter needs to be diagnosed with autism, please see a physician on this, because I am not a doctor or a psychiatrist, like I said. I only do this based on my experiences. I also do not own the rights to this music. Both were found on YouTube and was published on December 2018 and July 2009. Now, also, I must give a shout out to someone. So the first shout out and the only shout out I have today is to Miss Seela Kibler. Seela runs a podcast, and it's called the Pumped Up Parenting Magazine and Podcast, and she as well helps parents, and she talks to all kinds of parents, and I think she has a lot of followers and is doing an amazing job. So, Seela, I hope you're out there, and I hope you're doing great. Also, today's my birthday! Yay! So, let's have the mystery singer sing it. 3, 2, 1.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sam. Happy birthday to you.
Cha-cha-cha. Yay! Alright, so now we got that. That was kind of fun. So we got all my business stuff, so let's do the topic, shall we? So today's episode is about pop music, because pop music, even though it doesn't sound like it's going to be about autism today, it will. I have my ways, trust me. Believe me, I have my ways of making stuff about autism. I can make anything about autism, just saying. But anyway, today's topic will be about pop music and how some of the songs we do connect to it. Now, pop music. Now, what is pop music, you might wonder? It is a form of music that is popular music that people tune into from old to new. Pop means popular, so whatever's popular at the time, that's what people are going to listen to more often. And I'm not the popular guy, like I said a million times. I'm the more guy who does what he wants. But a lot of people do like pop music because it's so popular and is going to be around for a while. I think why we somewhat enjoy this form of music is because we do like I'll admit it, some pop music we do like that sticks to us as well. And depending on the tune, maybe it could represent us in some way, shape, or form. You never know. Some of pop music that sticks to us, represents us. Now, the history of pop music, according to a YouTube video, is all about the world nostalgia. Nostalgia. Because nostalgia is a big key word, because nostalgia means old and new and classic. Pop music is classic and nostalgic, and it won't leave you, because you can go back and listen to a pop song from 1963. So pop music will be around for a while. The ones that are memorable to us are ones that stick, but like I said, pop music is going to be around for a long time because people are going to go back to it no matter what time of year it is or what decade it is. And they also, from the time you were born to now, it can bring us back to our childhood or back to our adulthood or back to our teenage years. I mean, nostalgia, again, it's all about that word, but it brings you back because nostalgia does that as well. But the truth is, pop music has also evolved. Unlike other music genres, pop music is kind of hard to define because all I can say is popular. But it mainly means whatever music was popular at the time, but it has now turned into its own form of music, believe it or not. Pop music was made to create as a big of an audience as possible, and most people you ask would say it succeeded, because it really did. I mean, pop music's been around for ages. There is a ton of work, though, that goes into it for pop artists to create and make the perfect pop song that people want to hear, but also feel resembles to the world and resembles to a person. Now, my thoughts on it. My thoughts, I'll be honest, I do not like pop music the best. I think it's just a bunch of baloney and fads, because baloney and fads, it's just fake in my eyes, because it's going to go away eventually. I don't like stuff that go away. I like things that stick. And like I said, I, however, do like pop music that's memorable and is sticky. And I've always said the word stick and nostalgia 20,000 times. I know that. But sticky means that you post a note on the wall, it's sticky. It's going to stay there. So that means it's sticky and it won't go away. Now, to also show you guys how it does, we're going to play a game. So what we all need to do right now is pause this podcast and go get a piece of paper and a pencil first. So let's give you 3 seconds to do that. Alright, so now we got a piece of paper and pencil. Now here's how we do. Here are the rules. So you can't look it up. Whatever, you don't look up the answer, otherwise you're cheaters, and I don't like cheaters. So whatever, you gotta use your brain and not the internet. Brain over internet. And what we'll do is, I'll give you a clue, because there's gonna be a song that with all these clues. And if you know the song, what you have to do is you gotta email me at mitchellsam171@gmail.com. If you know it, what you gotta do is email me the clue or the clue and the song what you think it is. If you're the first person to do that in any of these songs of these 53 rounds, then I will give you, the first one who does it will either get a bracelet or a Starbucks gift card. That's $5. And the other person will probably get a bracelet or a Starbucks gift card as well. Probably makes sense, right? All right, I think it does. So you just can't look it up, and this is what we're going to do to help you guys. So the first thing is I will do on a round is I will give you a clue. So this is round 0, technically. So round 0, blah, blah, blah. You know, down this road, blah, blah, blah. And then we will have our mystery singer sing. So mystery singer, can you take it over for me?
Blah, blah, blah.
All right, and then I will also tell you a moral of how this song represents us. Now, round 1. So, mystery guest, do you know what I had to do to get my diamonds?
What's that?
Well, here's the deal. I had to bring it to an evil lair, but it was hidden. I think it was hidden. I think it was probably in the sewer, if I had to guess. But we did find it eventually, but it was blocked. See what I had to do?
What?
I had to do this.
Yeah, watch me crank that RoboCop.
Now, in this song, there's a line or a word for us that says Superman. Okay, people with autism can be our own Superman and have the mental capability of rising and being our own superheroes. Okay, so, mystery guess. You know why I don't go to the circus anymore?
How come?
Well, unfortunately, it's all the stuff they use and all the tools they use against the animals, but it's mainly this tool that they use.
Now break your legs.
Now, this song can represent us because we always have to ask ourselves, can we do it? Can we kill it? Or in other words, succeed? The answer is yes, and y'all better watch me. Now, the clue for this song, mystery guest, do you know what I did the other day?
What's that?
Well, I was playing with my cousin, and sure enough, we were on the teeter-totter. But you know what happened?
What's
The
that?
teeter-totter got all ruckety, but it was also this.
All the shorties in the club.
The moral of this is, even though our thinking process is wobbly, sometimes we usually get through it. It might just be a wobbly for a bit or take a while, but you know, eventually we'll get to the end of the line and we'll figure it out. So, Mr. Guest, do you know where my uncle's a miner?
Yes.
Well, I was going down there with him. I went there because it's Bring Your Child to Work Day, I guess, and he found a diamond. But you know what was behind it?
What?
Because apparently when I pulled it, all rocks was went kaploopy and went bum 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 bum. Do you know what I found?
What?
I found this.
I wanna celebrate and live my life.
Now, with our autism brain, even though sometimes with autism, a person's brain with autism is like an explosion, or in this case, the song, things can be loud, move fast, and like dynamite, and like that, and like dynamite exploding like crazy. We just keep going and going and going and going and going. Now, round 5. This morning, mystery guest, do you know what happened when I woke up today?
What?
Well, I got French toast. I almost got eggs Benedict, but someone didn't make it. And I'm gonna have a awesome and hopefully good party with my family. Do you know what I just can't do? I can't do this.
I got that sunshine in my pocket.
Now, for autistic people, often we cannot stop our feelings. We cannot control our feelings. For example, anticipatory anxiety, and see 1110 what are the odds for more information on that. But we need help and resources to help us through, and those things and those resources can get us through life. Now, here comes round 6's clue. So, mystery guess. Guess what?
What?
I went with my cousin again. Aren't we so lovely together? Well, we went on a slide. And you know he spoke for the first time a while back ago?
Yeah?
Well, his first, you know what he called it?
What?
He called it this type of slide.
Freeze! Everybody clap your hands!
Now, this song is structured as well, like us, kinda. We need structure for us to have a balanced and perfect life. Now, round 7. So, mystery guess. You know, I took English 9, right?
Uh-huh.
And we had to work on mythology. I wanted Poseidon, but you know who I got?
Who's that?
I got this person instead.
You gotta move your muscle.
Now, sometimes for us, we consider this song a dance, actually, because life for autistic people can be a dance, just like this song. Sometimes movements or pet peeves of ours can be very overwhelming and very stressful. So, mystery guess. You know, I went to see my grandfather, right?
What's his name?
Well, his name's Joe. Well, here's the deal. He's been having an earache, and I've been telling him to put it in the ear. But he put
what in his ear?
He put cotton in his ear. But he put it in the eye instead. So, do you know what we called him for a while?
What's that?
We called him this.
He came to town like a midwinter storm.
Now, this song can result because we like to think we're the sheriffs of our own world. When we come to town, people might be fearful of us, or for us even, because of our different behavior sometimes. And yes, I want to have a Texas draw right now. So, mystery guests, let's pause this and have a Texas draw right now. Now, round 9. So, I went to a football game with one of my friends. You know that? Mystery guest?
Yeah.
Well, guess what happened, unfortunately?
What?
One of the persons, unfortunately, broke their arm. But you know what their job was?
What's
their job
that?
was this.
She's like a genie in a bottle.
Now, we simply want love. We want our own cheerleader. But it is hard for us to find a companion. But it happens most of the time. Now, not every time, but it happens most of the time. You just have to believe in yourself and be patient. Now, round 10. So, I went to prom a while back ago, mystery guest.
Woo!
I know. And unfortunately, the music got loud, though. But you know what happened?
What's that?
The girl abandoned me.
Oh.
So you know who she fell in love with?
What?
She fell in love with this dude. Or this type of dude.
Gonna get you right.
This song seems to be in hyper mode and DJ mode. This is how a person with autism and even ADHD can act without help or proper medication. So, round 11. So, mystery guest, I have some bad news. My friend had a fire.
Mm-hmm.
Uniquely, it was a firefighter, and his name had the same song or name as this dude. You know what his name was?
What's that?
Sean Kingston.
Ooh.
Yeah, woo on that. So, but you know what he kept singing?
What's that?
He kept singing this.
She got it, drop it, pop it like that birthday cake.
This song is kind of us too, because we ought to feel like that our fires are burning, and we just need to cool down sometimes. Now, therapy can help sometimes cool these fires, these woo fires, or fire breathing, but we don't want that all the time. We want to try ourselves too. So, mystery guest, I went on a trip a while back ago.
Where to?
I went to Seoul, South Korea. It was a fun trip and it was small. There was one cultural difference, though. You know what it was? And very uniquely.
What's that?
They listened to this American pop song, and it was this.
Hey, sexy lady.
This song is spoken in a foreign language. Our communication skills at times is as well a foreign language to other people who are not autism due to the difficulty of conversations. An autistic person and a non-autistic person will have trouble understanding each other sometimes. So, mystery guest, I have a friend I want to talk to you about.
Who is that?
Well, by the way, everyone, this is round 13. So, but anyway, this man who I met, he was at the bottom, man. He was homeless. He was begging for money. He didn't have a job. He had some weight problems. I mean, he was a natural disaster. But you know what happened 5 years ago? He lost weight. He's living in a home. He got a job. He's raising a beautiful family. And in my eyes, the quote from Zero to Hero means something to me a lot from him. Do you know what song it made me think of? It made me think of this.
The man's gunning for me.
Now, this song was from the movie The Mask. He changed to become someone that we never expected. We ought to feel like we need to change too with autism to fit in. And on occasion, those changes can be beneficial. But if the changes are bad, then it can be harmful and cause issues. Round 14. So, Mr. Guess who I met the other day?
Who's that?
The artist, LMFAO.
Whoa.
And that was like, whoa! Or woo, too. Well, anyway, they invited me to a party, believe it or not. And you know what the first song they played was?
What's that?
They played this.
Shuffling, shuffling.
Now, people with autism want everyone to be safe, and we'll make sure of it when we are around you. We want people to have a good time, but we can be worrywarts about it, unfortunately, and what others are doing. We think it is necessary to take precautions. So, mystery guest, for round 15, I have a vivid memory of something. You know what that vivid memory is?
What?
Well, this vivid memory is I remember Kenichi Abina and with strobe lights. But you know something? He never said this, but he should have. He should have said this.
Freak to what the DJ drop.
This song can be viewed as somewhat inappropriate for a younger age. Sometimes we say the wrong thing at the wrong time. People often misinterpret and think we are being rude or even purposely being inappropriate. And we don't mean to. And we really have to think about what to say. So we have to be an extra step, take that extra mile, and think if we should say it or not, like honesty versus bluntness. Around 16, you know something? I went to the beach the other day, and believe me, there was a bunch of waves and pools, and a lot of girls in bikinis, I'll admit it. But they don't like me for some reason. They're like, you're hot, Sam. You know what I said back? I said this.
Walking down the street in Manula freak.
honestly, all we want with autism is we want to be attracted to people like everyone does and feels attractive to someone. We want to find that special someone who thinks we are attractive inside with our personality and outside with our looks. Now, round 17, also at the beach. You know what I did, mystery guess? I won the cannonball competition.
Whoa.
I know I got first place. But do you know what I said before that?
What?
I said this.
Another round of shots.
Okay, viewers, think about it for a minute. Turn down for what? Turn down for what? Turn down for what? Turn down for what? Okay, what are we turning down for? Why do we need to turn things down or bend when it is not necessary, or when we think it should be our way? And often we can guarantee we are right, but there are times we're not. We have to bend, but we want others to agree with us, like My Way of the Highway. And see 103 My Way of the Highway for more information on that. Alright, so for round 18, you know something? I went to Uptown a while back ago, and Bruno Mars was there, believe it or not. So, but anyway, he said to me?
What?
He said this.
Gotta kiss myself. So pretty.
This song shows us because we want to be popular and be noticed. Ric Flair once upon a time said this. Kiss stealing, jet flying, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, son of a gun, and that's what we're gonna be. Woo! Alright, so for round 19. So this morning, I woke up and the dogs were out, and they weren't supposed to be. So I got my feeling, I was like, alright! And I asked them this.
Get back, Gruffy. Mash, Gruffy.
This song is remembered to autism because people with autism probably like dogs more than cats, and that's just an assumption, but I'm highly likely so, because dogs are a man or a woman's best friend. Autistic people want friends that can be a very good friend to other people, just like a man's best friend, which is a dog. Well, I was talking to my English teacher for round 20, and I thought, I didn't understand her. She was talking in English. I still don't understand. Do you want to say?
What's that?
I had to say this.
In the club with my homies.
This is an adult song. We want to be adults and have adult privileges such as voting, driving, or even mall shopping if you're a teenager. So, mystery guess what happened finally?
What?
I got in a humongous recognition. You know what it is?
What?
It was this.
Be students, be teachers.
This is a song because this song shows autism because we want to be recognized for our achievements, just like everyone else is. So, when I was younger, mystery guess, I didn't tell you, guess what?
What?
I stayed up all night when I was little.
What?
I did, unfortunately. But you know what I was catching?
What were you catching?
I was catching these.
Leave my door open, just a crack.
The tone of this song is a combination of happiness and somber. In the autistic world, this shows that autism can be depressing, but can be joyful too. It is not a bad thing necessarily if we have the right people that have our backs. Now, mystery guess, do you know what happened the other day?
What?
Well, unfortunately I broke up. But you know what it kind of feels like? I feel kind of good about it. You know why?
Why?
Because I feel like I'm doing this.
I'm living life now that I'm free, yeah.
Now, in my eyes, people who have autism are often okay being alone because the song's about being alone and would prefer not to have a lot of friendships, and that's fine in my eyes. Well, a while back, though, for round 24, I was practicing something with my aunt, and she's a big-time hunter, but you know what she likes to do for a living? She likes to do this on targets.
Bet 20 more, I hit my first roll.
Now, for us, it's hard to keep talking, and we just want to keep talking. Like they say, it's like your shirt said once, never shuts up. That's hard for us. It's hard for us to never shut up. But eventually we'll be quiet, and we'll listen. Now, for round 25, mystery guest, do you know how I feel today?
How?
I feel this.
Here comes bad news, talking this and that.
Now, the morale of this one is non-autistic people can think that autism is very dark and dreary. Well, you guys are wrong. That's not true. A person with autism is, for the most part, happy. Happiness leads to a lot of things. It could lead to many things, such as for us mainly being a generous person. Now, for round 26, mystery guess, I was playing Mario. Do you know the POW thing that they usually have on there?
Yeah.
Well, it didn't say POW. It said this.
I got that rock and roll.
Here's the deal with this song. This song says booms, and it has tons of booms, and I gotta do one, so brace yourself. Boom! But anyway, there are too many booms to count. To someone with autism, that is too loud, and we might have sensory issues over that. So, for round 27, mystery guys, I went to a magic show, you know that?
Huh.
But they didn't do the hat trick. You want to say instead of the hat with the bunny?
What?
It said this.
Don't look too hard, might hurt yourself.
This song says in my eyes, it preaches it's okay to be yourself all the time. However, there's a fine line in this song that says you still have to rein it in and be respectful. Now, for round 28, something bad has happened to me, unfortunately, and this has broken this in my body. Now, our mystery guest is going to take a little break, and I'm doing this one. And I know Carl's going to be back for being so cold. Yeah. There are 2 things here. First, this song is about a breakup. Breakups will happen in our lifetime. It's something you can't run away from. I mean, it's going to happen. Breaking up a song might be hard for those with autism, but in the end, it's for the greater good. You know something? For around 30, you always made fun of Batman, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we never made fun of Robin. Do you know how Batman makes fun of him? He calls him this.
Yeah, Pop the Buzzard and the Oreo.
Now this song connects to autism because we want to fly, and I gotta sing this real quickly. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. Anyway, some parents are afraid for their sons or daughters who have autism and leave the nest. When given a chance, we will fly, and we need this opportunity. Now, for round 31, you see the movie Uncle Drew, right, mystery guest?
Yep.
Well, as you know, he's a big dancer. But you know what he danced to in the club? He didn't dance to in the club. He danced to this.
Promise you can catch me.
This song represents teams. Every person, autistic and non-autistic, likes to work on teams occasionally. Most of the time we do. But I think we would rather work alone and do it our way and on our own terms. Now, for round 32, I've learned about this autistic people. We have a hard time taking this. No act of God can pull me away from you. Now, the moral of this is we need chances to make it in this world and not to be a big old couch potato and gain our weights up. So for round 33, I took Taekwondo, and unfortunately, I made a fart noise. But then when I said to cheer the Taekwondo instructor up, mystery guest, I said this.
Hoo! Ha!
Alright, so for this one, and the moral of this is disciplining a child that has autism can be tough to figure out. You don't know if they are having an autistic moment or a meltdown, that they cannot help or are just acting like a kid. But when the parent figures it out, it can be enlightening and rewarding. Now for round 34, I visited the jungle and I saw a lion, but he was not ready to do something. And it looked like for a minute he was climbing a tree. But instead, all he was doing was this.
A wee moa.
This song is about a lion, the most mighty animal in the jungle. We are mighty, and people with autism are mighty. And those that are on a mission to end the stigma of autism like myself, or any mission for that matter or for anything else, you are mighty, and thank you. So, for round 35, mystery guys, guess what I can do now that I'm 18?
What's that?
I can buy a lottery ticket.
Mm.
And you know what I have about that?
What?
I have this feeling. Stuck like wind on my chest through that sun. Those autistic people have a hard time expressing emotions and understanding feelings that they never had before, good or bad. On the other hand, non-autistic people might have a hard time understanding the emotions of someone with autism. And that's true. Now for this one, I met a beautiful wife. And there's how I could describe her, mystery guest? I describe her this.
I will not give you up this time.
Those with autism are not that much different than non-autistic people. Nobody is perfect, therefore everybody has flaws. However, if you find the right person, you will be accepted. Now for this one, this is a true story. I didn't want to get up on my 18th birthday party because I didn't know if it would happen, but they convinced me. So you know what I did?
What'd you do?
I did this.
Feel my way through the darkness.
Now, people with autism have our lives are a journey and a roller coaster. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. We can only hope we leave a mark. A big mark. And I mean a big mark to the point where I'm going to do this. And that mark, when we're no longer here, will stay there and make life a good journey for us. Anya! Oh, wait a minute. That's not what Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, Harry Belafonte. I meant to say this. He's a hurricane and all kinds of weather. What you just listened to Oh yeah, I'm right. What you just listened to represents treating someone with respect. People who have autism can read people very well. We want to honor those whoever's kind to us, and we want to honor those who are kind to us, and we want to shower them with gifts. Now, for round 39, I also didn't meet some sexy girls at the beach. I went surfing, but do you know what happened after I blocked out and wiped out?
What's that?
I did this. The drums in this song have a fast beat, and this could be our brain sinking if we don't understand something. On the flip side of that, though, it could be the swim side, when we absolutely get some. We're like, yeah! Now, for round 40, all I'm going to say is this. Blank Joey's.
I'm a cream of the crop. I rise to the top.
For us, celebrations to me are big, and others I am sure. So that's how this goes. But however, there are some people who do not like big crowds, nor are a big a fan of celebrations. They might like to rejoice and have fun by themselves. And you know what I gotta say with that? That's fine by me, and that's okay with you, and they should if they want to do that. Now for round 41, at my 18th birthday party, you know what I said? I said this. For me, life is one big party. Those with autism have a hard time sometimes adjusting to their age and what ideas are appropriate. Now, for round 42, I went to Mexico a long time ago. And there were a lot of senoras there. You know what they kept doing? They kept doing this. We about bread, paper, mula. This song talks about a person wanting to be in a relationship quickly with someone. Autistic people tend to want to rush relationships and want to do it with a snap of their fingers. But we need to learn that it takes time and patience. Now for round 43, you know what I feel like, mystery guess?
What's that?
I feel like this, but if the song wasn't called this, it would be called a 7-6. Ladies love my style, at my table getting wild. The moral of this is when we try to think of a clue for this song, we gotta look it up because we didn't know. We had to use Google. People with autism must, and I mean must, and to show you how bad we must, I will do this. Must use their resources and that are given to them and be thankful for it. Now, for when I met this other woman, this is for round 44 by the way, when I met this woman, I didn't also just make some girls who were senoras. They were also they knew how to dance, and they also did this dance.
They all want me, they can't have me.
In this song, a young woman falls in love with a boy. That is not good news. We may also be influenced easily to be around the wrong crowd because we simply want to fit in. Now for round 45, these are two songs combined. So for this one, I watched a criminal rob a bank, and he made this. He made this type of crime, and he was this type of criminal.
You try to scream. She ran into the bedroom.
The first song is meant to be a scary song. The big world can be a scary, spooky, woo, place for those on the autism spectrum. Also, people on the spectrum might make the right decisions or they will become a criminal. They gotta make them. And I gotta do this for fun because I'm Halloweeny here. Oh, yes! The Undertaker! So, for a concert I went to a while back for round 46, I went to a Rolling Stones concert, and boy, they can dance.
You wanna know how to make me smile.
Now, in this song, the character is obsessed with his girlfriend. People with autism, too, can become very obsessive and know everything about a topic like my WrestleManias. If you want to know that, talk to me and I'll list every one of those WrestleManias for you. Now, for round 47, we've had a lot of these in America. You know that, mystery guess?
I know.
There was one about revolution. There was one that the North and South were fighting against. I mean, there were so many. Friend only to the Undertaker. Our brains and hearts sometimes go to battle. It's like smart versus caring are doing the right thing versus what is wrong. But if you do the wrong thing, you will hurt the other person. But you always think smart or caring. If we do the smart and doing the right thing, then it may hurt someone, but it's smart. But it may be the other way around where we do the right thing, but it's not caring. I mean, so you have mixed feelings sometimes. Now, for round 48, I got loose on Sunday. And you know what I kept singing? I sang this.
You're playing so cool.
This song represents a good and carefree song. Everyone has their idea of a good day. When it comes to people with autism, our good day might look different than yours. And probably everyone's good day will probably be different than everyone else's. Now for this song, all I'm going to say is this. C-L-I.
I want to kiss you like Prince.
Pop means popular, right? However, we do not follow the popular. We like to do our own thing, and sometimes this can be quirky and dorky and kind of selfish. And what I gotta say? It's okay. So round 50, guess what I did in mystery guess?
What?
I tricked my grandparents on purpose.
That's mean.
I know, but you know what they said?
What?
They said this. Well, there's a principle in nature. Now, autistic people must be taught what is bad or inappropriate, and occasionally someone has to explain what we did wrong, because sometimes we're like, huh? What? What do we do? Like we're a dead dog, and we have to be explained it, because we may not understand, and that's okay. I mean, we don't understand things sometimes, but that's all right. Now, for round 51, I'm going to be an angry drill sergeant here. Now, you maggots, get on your feet. You got to do this.
Round, round, round and round you go.
The dance for this song is so hard for me, but for you guys, it might be simple. It's like my autism mode, everybody. It's so simple, yet so complicated. Now, for round 52, unfortunately, I saw a boy, and he had to go to an orphan because his mom was just bad, and she had to do this, unfortunately. I want to live with you, even when we're ghosts. The moral of this is you have to let go sometimes of things you love or someone you love because they're bad, unfortunately. For your age, for your beneficial. And it's hard because they're a part of your DNA is what it feels like, but you gotta let it go. Now, for round 53, I had this like weird thing, and all I had to say is I just had this because I thought it would be bad.
I know that we'll have a ball.
And this is the last one, by the way. We had the worst feelings sometimes with anticipatory anxiety and C1110 are the odds, like I said earlier. And we always think the worst is going to happen, but then sometimes it doesn't. And that'll be all for us today. Hope you learned some about pop music. And Mystery Singer, is there anything you want to say?
Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye.
She was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene. I said, don't mind, but what do you mean I am the one?
Thanks for joining for this episode. Please tune in for another episode coming in very soon. Hope you enjoyed listening to me ramble. Thank you very much.
Over there.